What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing out there? It's me, KG, Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. Rocket fans, let's get into it. Let's. I posted a poll question regarding how many games you think the Rockets will win in December, excluding the NBA Cup games and knockout rounds. If they get to the semifinals, finals of the NBA Cup, get to Vegas, all those things. Well, we're going to take a look at the schedule. The poll is posted. Let me take a look right now. Wow, somebody put 0 to 4 wins. Gee, hmm. I had 0 to 4, 5 to 8, or 9 plus. 0 to 4 wins, really. Okay, here we go. In December, first up, December 1st at Utah, 8 o'clock. Then December 3rd, home against Sacramento. December 5th, home against Phoenix, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks. December 6th, on the road against Cooper Flag, AD, and the Mavs. Then you got Cup play, December 9 through 16. So we can talk about those first 4 games. What do you think about the wins, those first 4 matchups at Utah, home against Sacramento, home against Phoenix, at Dallas, and then we get to the rest of the games on the next slide. But just let me know what you think about at Utah. Home versus the Kings, home versus Phoenix, at Dallas. It's a back-to-back. Friday against Phoenix, Saturday in Dallas in Little D at 7:30. All 4 of those games on Space City Home Network. Other games. And reminder, let me see if I can bring this up. Do this real quick. Here are the Rockets NBA Cup matchups. They're in Group C with Portland, Denver, the Spurs, and the Warriors. Home against Portland, home against Denver, and then on the road against the Spurs and on the road against the Warriors. All 4 of those games are in November. Then based on if they win the Group C, then they'll be in the knockout round and be playing on the 9th through the 16th with a chance to get to Vegas. So what do you think? What do you think they're going to be doing? Are they going to struggle? Are they going to blow it, crash and burn? I doubt that seriously, barring injuries or anything of that sort, of that magnitude. I could see out of those first 4 games, excluding group play, 3-1. They can win all the first 3 games for sure. And they might lose at Dallas because it's at Dallas, second game of a back-to-back. Chance that Kevin Durant not going to play in that game. I'm not sure how they're going to do KD during the regular season, especially early in the season. If they're going to rest him, limit his minutes, what have you. But, we can talk about that too later on to get to the season more and more. But these first 4 matchups in December, next group of, I think, 7 or 8 games. After that, you got 7. December 18th at New Orleans. Saturday, December 20th at Denver. Note that special tip-off time, 4 o'clock Central. Then another back-to-back. Sunday, December 21st at Sacramento. So the Rockets are on a 5-game road trip at New Orleans, at Denver, at Sacramento, at the Clippers, and then closing out the trip at the Lakers Christmas night. And then after that 5-game road trip, come home, face Cleveland, and close out the month, close out the year, close out the calendar year of 2025 against the Pacers. So that's 7. That's a tough 7. That's a tough stretch. So you combine that 7 with the first 4. And again, they're going to be, if they don't win Group C, they'll still have some games that will not be in the knockout rounds of Cup play. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about what we know already set in stone on the calendar. At Utah versus the Kings, home against the Kings, home against the Suns, at the Mavs, And then that 5-game road trip after December 16th. Thursday, the 18th, at New Orleans. Saturday, the 20th, at Denver. Sunday, the 21st, at Sacramento. Tuesday, December 23rd, at the Clippers. 10 o'clock start. 10 o'clock Central. 10 o'clock. Boy, at least that's during Christmas break, so I should be able to stay up for that one. And then Christmas night at the Lakers. 7 o'clock Central on ABC. So you got Space City Home Network for the Pelicans, Space City Home Network for Denver, Space City Home Network for the Kings, Space City Home Network, and NBC for the Clippers. 10 o'clock. Ooh, man. And then at the Lakers on ABC on Christmas. So give me your thoughts on that. Give me your thoughts on your predictions. And, of course, wrapping up December. Home against Cleveland, home against the Pacers. So out of the 11 games, known games on the schedule, I could say, 7-4? Something like that, 7-4. If things go kind of wrong, maybe 6-5. But I'd say 7-4, 8-3, something like that. Not sure if I go any better than 8-3. But what do you think? What are your thoughts on it? What are your predictions? Hit it up in the poll on Houston Roundball Review on YouTube. One person said 9 or more wins. So we got 0-4, 5-8, 9 or more. 3 votes so far tallied, 1 each in those categories. Don't be shy. If you want to vote in the poll, keep on going. On this edition, we got another person voted 9 or more. If you voted on that, thanks for voting. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Why are you saying 9 wins? Why you got 9 out of this 11? It's a tough 11. That 5-game road trip. New Orleans should not be very good. But then you got at Denver. Sacramento should be better than New Orleans, but not as good as Denver, not as good as the Clippers, not as good as the Lakers. So that 5-game road trip, 3-2. Would you take 3-2 out of that 5? And home against Cleveland. First game at home after a 5-game trip. It's always difficult. It's always challenging for teams, NBA teams. And then wrapping it up, home against the Pacers on December 29th. So type your comments in on the Houston Roundball Review on YouTube as you're watching tonight's show, this edition of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Looking at the schedule for December, Rockets games in December. Overall, the Rockets have 28 nationally televised games, 4 on ABC, 7 on Amazon Prime, 6 on ESPN, 7 on NBC, 4 on Peacock, with 15 of those games exclusive broadcasts. The answer regarding Prime and Peacock brought up last Saturday. Games on Prime and Peacock, those are treated just like national broadcast games, just like ABC, ESPN, NBC. So those games are not available on League Pass. So you got Peacock, Rockets. You see Peacock for the Rockets, Prime for the Rockets. Those games are not available on League Pass. The road games might be aired on Space City Home Network here in H-Town, based on what I've seen so far on the schedule. The home games just seem to be on Prime. If it says Prime, it's just Prime. Road games, looking in January, February, March, there's a couple, 2 or 3 that are road games, and those are Prime and as well as Space City Home Network. Make your predictions. Give me your comments. Nothing new about KD in the press conference, unfortunately. Might as well forget about it and just wait till media day. And that'll be late September. Rockets sent out the email to the media asking us to submit our press credential requests for the season. That was, Thursday? I think that was Thursday. So I went ahead and put in my request for the season, for the 2025-26 season, to cover the Rockets for the going on probably 30th consecutive season. Hopefully I'll get that season pass. Hopefully, I'll be working the full schedule in a real job, and that will impact how many practices I go to. But if I miss practice and pay my bills on time, that's more important. So that's more important to me than going to a practice. But let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts on the Rockets in the win total. Like I said, I got 7-4, 8-3 for December. 6-5 is unlikely. I mean, it's possible, but it's unlikely. I'm curious to see how many. Let's see. We got back-to-backs. Rockets are back-to-back on the 20th and 21st, as well as back-to-back on the 5th and the 6th. But the first 6 days of December, Rockets have 4 games. That's a lot for a veteran squad. Veteran. They're veterans until they start acting their age. Then they become old. I don't think the amount of experience will be an issue for this team this year. They're not old yet, the older players. Rockets still have that young core of Şengün, Amin Thompson, Jabari Smith, Tari Eason, Reed Shepard, that young core. So they should be okay with that. But the veterans, like Steven Adams, will Steven Adams play both games of back-to-backs this year? We'll see. I kind of doubt it. Same thing with Kevin Durant. Correct cuts. How are you doing? Is this your total for the year? Your win total for the year? You're now Mr. 47 wins. That's what you're saying this year, 47? I'm going to go higher than that. Correct cuts. Yeah, I'm going to go higher than that. I'm thinking around 53 to 55 this year, assuming everyone stays healthy, of course. But thank you for chiming in. We'll do this probably next Saturday as well. Saturday, yeah, because the Cougars football is on Thursday. So, yeah, that should not be an issue. And we'll look at January games next Saturday. And then we'll keep going February, March, April. And then we'll sum it up and make our predictions on wins for the season. Yeah, that's what I thought. You had 47 last year. Correct cuts, negative. 47 was last year. Just haven't changed my name yet. All right. But I look forward to the name you choose. Is the number going to have a 5 at the front of it? So 54 wins. So we're in that same ballpark. Yeah, I got it between 53 to 55. And as I do with members of the LTHR family, you have to pick a number. So you will pick a number. You pick 54. I'm going to probably I'll pick 53. No. I'll be with you, correct cuts. I'll pick 54 as well. 54. So you are now Mr. 54 wins. But as I said last Saturday's show, I'm not concerned with how many games the Rockets win in the regular season. As long as they're healthy, they'll be fine. They'll get their wins. The objective is to advance far in the playoffs. Kevin Durant was brought in to get the Rockets past the first round, past the second round, and get to the, at minimum, conference finals. Agreed, correct cuts? That's why he was brought in here. Not to help the Rockets shine in the regular season, then flame out in the playoffs. Kevin Durant was brought in to get the Rockets deep into the playoffs. That's what he's here for, to help them in the half-court set when the offense bogs down, get the ball to KD, and KD go to work and get those buckets, Mr. Hall of Famer. That's what he's going to do. The correct cut as well. Treat them like the Spurs of old. Regular season wins shouldn't be priority. The chip is what matters. Agreed. And correct cuts. What are your thoughts on the new format, the new streaming platform? The comments section, the chat box on the right there, it's full screen. What are your thoughts on it? I got it set up to disappear automatically after about, I think, 15 or 20 seconds. So how do you think about the look, the new format? It's a new streaming platform, Me and the guys like it. We're all learning. We're still learning how the features and functionality and everything that we can do with this. And some of the things are really, really impressive. and my old brain is like, wow, we can do that? Wow. All right, correct cuts. Me and you talking. It's just me and you. That's fine. Other folks are silent or busy. That's quite all right. Let's break it down. Let's break down these first 4 games in December. Just me and you talking. It's one-on-one talk. I don't mind that. I've talked solo before on shows. Crowd not here. That's quite all right. I know folks aren't used to the schedule yet. 7 o'clock over LTHR. They can watch on demand. No worries, no hate, no disappointment, no sadness whatsoever. Give me your thoughts on the first 4 games in December. What do you say? 4-0, 3-1, 2-2. What do you think? And of course, when you give me your win prediction, give me if you got them with a loss, who was the loss to? Tell me what you think about that. Yep. So, hey, it's all good. Thank you for this. I appreciate this. Solo says, sweet. Solo, how you doing? Appreciate that. Solo stole your thunder there, correct cuts. Do you agree with the sweep 4-0 the first 4 games in December? I don't know, Solo. That game on the 6th, I got that's problematic to me because it's back to back. I know it's not a far trip, obviously, from Houston to Dallas, but I'm not sure if Katie's going to play in that back to back in Dallas. So, that's one thing we got to find out. And maybe we'll have to ask that at Media Day because we haven't had a chance to ask it at the intro press conference for Kevin Durant. But, Inverdo, 2-2, really? Where? Give me the 2. Either way. Bobby says, no worries, Bobby. Just glad you're here. Join the conversation. It's all good. 3-1, first 4 games, lost in Dallas. Correct cut says, Eduardo says, Phoenix and Dallas, we lose. But we'll lose both of them. Wow. Okay. Why do you say Phoenix, though? I think both teams will be fired up going against former teammates. Boy, I guess lose to Phoenix at home. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Not a bad thing. I mean, not whatever. It could happen. Yeah, they could lose all 4. I doubt it, though. But, correct cuts, 4-0. Should be 4-0. No excuses. All of them are beatable with our lineup. Solo with a good point here regarding Dallas. This is true. AD probably won't play either. That's legit because I think everybody. Well, look, Cup games will be over that last weekend in November. So that Friday, I haven't looked at the Mavericks schedule, so I'm not sure if they're playing on the 5th for back-to-back. So I don't know if that's the case. Excuse me. Tony, how are you? Thank you for chiming in. Thank you for this. Ardo says Phoenix coming for revenge. You don't think the Rockets going to have some of that in mind? Like Kevin Durant will have some of that in mind too? Look forward to talk about that game as we get closer to it. Tony, appreciate you, as always, for your support and dedication to the channel. Spread the word about the channel. And if you're new, everyone, excuse me again, allergies, in spite of what I do. A QR code is for, you scan it, it is for membership. Click on that join button. It's also available, I think, on the video on laptops. It may not be on mobile devices, but you can scan that QR code and join either the All League tier or the All World tier. And as we get more and more, get closer to NBA season, more and more content regarding the Rockets will be available to members first. That's one of the benefits of being a Houston Roundball Review YouTube member is you get videos and specific content for members. Click on that QR code. $3 for the All League, $5 for the All World. So 2 different tiers. Correct cut says we need to come out the gate swinging, making the first 4 games statement games. The statement we're here, and we're not messing around. You're joining. This comment is what everybody said last Saturday. It'll be nice to see Jalen getting shut down by a men. Everybody said that last Saturday. Solo says we will handle the Suns. Trust, but it will get chippy. And look forward to Mr. Brooks having a few altercations in that game, shall we say. Correct cuts. Amin on Jalen is going to bring out playoff Jalen. And we all know what playoff Jalen did. Not much. One good game out of 7. 1 out of 7. Just one. Just an average series. Rockets win that series. Just average. Just be average against Golden State. Excuse me. He didn't do it. But whatever. Okay, so we got 2-2. Some 4-0s, and Bobby's 3-1. All right, the last 7. I'm curious what y'all gonna think about this last 7. That 5-game road trip. Give me your thoughts on that 5-game road trip, because that's a challenging trip. That is going to be a challenging trip. Rockets should be up for the challenge, but looking at the poll, 9 or more wins in December is now up to 56%. Wow. Okay. 33% for 5 to 8 wins, and then 11% for 0 to 4 wins. But yeah, I'm curious, y'all, your thoughts, Solo, Bobby. Give me your thoughts on these games. Space Age, how are you doing? And we are making an obvious assumption. The talent, adding a Hall of Famer, adding Dorian Finney-Smith, Clint Capella, Rockets have improved. On paper, the depth is better. The veteran leadership should be improved. All those things, the internal improvement from the young core as well. But we got to see how it all meshes and how long will that take. Could be quick, could be no issues whatsoever, or could take a month. Who knows? But Solo with this one, that was, that's the reason why the Rockets lost the series. Jalen Green got outplayed by Brandon Budzinski. Yeah, we saw it. We saw it. But yeah, correct cuts here. Is curious to see how they mesh. Brooks and Jalen. It's still a funky fit. Agreed. Solo and correct cuts both got Rockets going 5-2 in these 7. All right, give me the 2 L's. Solo and correct cuts. So y'all got the Rockets going 9-2 this month. Well, in these 11, excluding cup play, first round knockout play. So Solo, correct cuts. Where do you have the 2 losses? Jared, how you doing? Solo says Nuggets and Cavs. First game after the road trip. Solo, that's your rationale for that one. Coming back home, but it's the first game after a 5-game road trip. Jared says, how you doing, Jared? Jared says 6-1. One loss is who? Nuggets or the Clippers or the Lakers? Or a surprise? Correct cut says Clippers and Denver. I think Denver is going to probably be the consistent answer for everybody out of these 7. Very, very understandable. Bobby says even a little more pessimistic. Bobby says 4-3. Lost to the Lakers, Denver, and Sacramento. Ooh, Sacramento. So lose both of those games on that back-to-back. Wow. Okay. Why do you say that? Wow. Jared says Lakers, Luka will go bonkers on Christmas. Well, Christmas might bring out different guys Different players perform differently on Christmas. Some good, some bad. Some just flame out. Derrick, how you doing? Solo being more direct. The Lakers do not scare Solo. Derrick, how are you? Add your comment momentarily. I love how this is going to time out on its own. I can look at other comments as the discussion is growing. Derrick, appreciate you for joining the conversation. What's good with you? 5-2 NBA back, national television, NBC and ABC, indeed. Correct cuts. I'm going to get to your question in a second. Bobby, I think the majority of us share this sentiment that Bobby states regarding Reed's defense. He got to step up. He's going to get more minutes. He's going to get more minutes. Hopefully he will have earned the extra minutes and then produce in those minutes. But he is out of everybody else. I mean, Rafael said it too, point blank. Y'all heard it. Reed has to play well. Reed has to be really good this year. He's got the talent. I think. Let's see him do it. Correct Cuts asked me, am I a big believer of the Clippers? In what sense? I think they're going to win in the regular season. They're walking that fine line between experienced, veteran / old. Those guys got a lot of miles on their NBA bodies. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Jared says Reed can be a great defender. He can be a good help defender. I want to see how he does one-on-one defensively because he's going to be challenged. Let's see how he handles the challenge. One thing he's got to do, he's still got to continue to get stronger. Just do a better job playing the angles defensively and beat the ball handler to the spot with angles. You don't have to be the world's greatest athlete. Just got to be smart defensively and learn how to cut them off angles, turn them. You can turn your ball handler. That's a win. That's a win for you and your team. He's got to figure that out. Deverick. Lakers and Houston will be good, but don't be like Texans last year and give us a bad Christmas gift. We'll talk more about that matchup as it approaches. You know, because I mean, Luka on Christmas, LeBron on Christmas, hell, KD on Christmas. Who's going to step up? Who's going to shine? And who's going to flame out? So, you know. Oh, yeah, not at all. Regarding the Clippers and going to the conference finals, no, I don't see that happening at all. Not at all. No. No. Don't see it. I'd put Rockets ahead of them get to the conference finals, OKC ahead of them, and Denver ahead of the Clippers. For sure. Those three for sure. Solo, if Reed can be like Fred on defense, that's a win. Yeah, agreed. So I'm curious to see how Reed does defensively. I think his offense will be better with more minutes and more self-confidence. Defensively, he's going to be tested. But I mean, we could probably come up with a weak link on every NBA team. In the starting five, the first three off the bench, you know, you really see those weak links exposed in the playoffs. But every team has a weaker defender that the opponent is going to try to put in pick and roll or put in the low post or things like that. So we'll see how Reed handles it. So, we'll see. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the things about basketball, NBA basketball. We're dealing with people. How will different folks step up? How they handle expectations? How they handle another season in the league? How they handle being on the scouting report? All those things. I'm gonna put Bobby's comment back up. Because what do y'all think the Rockets will do if Reed doesn't step up defensively? What do y'all think the Rockets will do? Should do, will do if Reed, and I don't believe his defense still concerns me. But if he just doesn't have it, he's just not ready for what the Rockets need him to be this year. Then what? Solo says Jabari Smith Jr. will step up on Christmas. Jared, you might not be alone in this statement with most of the folks here on Let's Talk Houston Rockets. I think that part about Fred. I think Fred is still the leader on this team. But the part about KD, you don't believe KD is a leader? You're not alone in that. Especially a vocal leader. KD's just not really that guy. I mean, he plays well. I think he leads by example. He leads in the workouts, in the practices, and how hard and he practices and things like that. But vocally, he's not really known for that. Correct Cut says if Reed doesn't step up, Aaron, you're up. And if that happens, do y'all have faith in Aaron Holiday delivering and providing the Rockets what they need? If by chance Reed doesn't step up this year, if Reed isn't the guy that the Rockets need him to be, and that the Rockets have stated publicly they need him to be and expect him to be. I don't share the Rockets' high expectations for Reed, but I don't believe he's going to be a bust. I think he's going to be in between. As long as he's not closer to bust side, I think he'll be okay. He's talented, he's smart. He'll figure it out. I'm just not sure how soon he's going to figure it out with the Rockets' timetable. Correct Cuts. Aaron is competent. Yeah. You know what? I mean, but is Aaron the guy to be good over a long period of minutes? That's a question. We'll see. Hopefully that's not going to be an issue. Reed's going to step up, shine game in, game out, and it won't be a question mark. It won't have everybody like shaking heads like, well, he just doesn't have it, man. I don't know. Rockets got to sit him down. This is not good at all. Solo, us having this much depth will be huge for the regular season because once we're healthy in the playoffs, then all is well. And that's the hope and the plan. That's the plan. Is be as healthy as possible in the playoffs, come playoff time, and get it done in the playoffs. That's the objective. Let me go back to the poll question, see how things are looking. All right, now we got the 5 to 8 prediction up to 50%. And Nina Moore is now 42%. So 50%, 5 to 8, is now the leader in the clubhouse for a number of wins range for the Rockets in the month of December. All right, Solo. with these 11 games, what's your prediction for those 11 games for the Rockets? How many will they win? So yeah, Jared, Solo, correct cuts, Bobby, sum up your thoughts, sum up your prediction for the 11 known games as of right now. Make your predictions, give me your predictions, and we'll see where everybody stands. Oh, Deverick, you missed Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks. I don't miss Jalen Green. I mean, I think the Rockets addition, getting KD and Dorian Finney-Smith, I think is an improvement, no question. Jared says 8-3. I'm 7-4, 8-3 on the high end, so we're good with that. Correct cuts last year. Doesn't know how many times he got frustrated because Udoka wasn't utilizing all of his pieces. All right, Jared 8-3. Correct cuts 7-4. So Solo, what say you? Bobby, what say you? Derek, what say you? 8-3 is the leader in the clubhouse. Do we have any 9-2 folks who answered 9-2 in the poll? 9 wins in the poll? Correct cuts. Mr. 54 wins. Yeah, 54 wins. Has 7-4. Bobby has 7-4 as well. Deverick is 1. 9-2. Wow, Deverick. Wow. I'm impressed. I'm surprised. Bobby says 7-4. And Solo says 7-4 as well. So Deverick, yeah, you are the outlier. 9-2. Why 9-2, Deverick? I mean, look at that 5-game road trip. I mean, look at those last 7 right there in December for the Rock. That's a tough stretch right there. And then Bobby and Solo both have 7-4. Yeah, it's fun and enjoyable talking hoops, getting back into that hoops mindset. My brother Kelly Eco said regarding Tari Eason, both sides are talking, so they are communicating. Not really close to an agreement, apparently. I mean, there's a slim chance that nothing gets done until next summer. Want to get it done, prefer to get it done before the season starts. But I mean, Tari's not going anywhere. I don't see him doing anything stupid and silly and Rockets saying, yeah, we're done with you. I don't think it's going to get that bad. All right, Deverick. So you are with all the improvements. So you do believe they made upgrades and improvements. So you're banking on everybody clicking and meshing quickly and kicking butt early. We'll see. Correct cuts. First statement from him here. Likes all of the early road games at the beginning of the season, knock them all out of the way, and then smooth sailing from then on. He hears that the Rockets have one of the easiest schedules of the season. Well, I mean, you got the Spurs and the Mavs and Memphis. I mean, and you're in the West, so I don't know. I could see somebody in the East maybe having an easier schedule. I do. I choose to believe, Jared, that Tari gets his extension on the contract. Yes, this season. Yes, yeah, I think before the season starts. I think they'll reach an agreement. And Jared, I mean, you know it. I think you believe it. The members of the LTHR family believe it. Tari is a good player, solid player, solid energy guy. but he got to stay healthy. That's a big question. So his health hurts his leverage. So I mean, he and his people can ask for a lot. Then Rockets come back and say, Tari, yeah, that's nice and all, but your health history, your health questions, that's a concern for us. So meet us halfway here. And I think they will. So, but yeah, the Rockets, what is it? Get back to it. Rockets on national TV 28 times. Yeah, 28 nationally televised games. The Max, the Warriors, and the Lakers both have 34 nationally televised games. Go figure. I think OKC is close to that. I think OKC has more than the Rockets, 28. I think that's right. And this is part of, I think the Rockets are saying to Tari and his people, Tari, you got to play back-to-backs. If you want all this money that I think he's looking for, then we got to rely on you to play back-to-backs. Because if you don't or you can't, then why be giving you all this money that you want? And Larry, how you doing? Thank you for the comment. And agreed. That's the Rockets' answer to Tari's money demands. Tari, we need you to be available. But yes, the NBA and their TV partners, they are relying on the Hall of Famers, LeBron and Steph, and their popularity, their marquee names, to be. That's why both teams are on 34 times nationally. I understand it. You know, the average fan, Joe and Jill fan, that's who they know. They know LeBron and Steph. They don't know Shea. Heck, some of them don't even know Joker. You know, well, whatever. Good question. Fair contract for him. I'm not going to give him 5 years. That's for sure. I want a team option probably on year 4. So I'm saying 4 years. What, 85 million? Something like that, maybe? With a team option on the 4th year. I think that's fair. Around there. I think that's about right. Off the top of my head. What do y'all think? What do y'all think is a fair contract for Tari? And he probably wants a player option as soon as possible so he can go back to the open market. So that might be where some of the haggling back and forth is going. We'll see. I mean, he could they could do this next summer. Tari proves this season that he can stay healthy and say, all right, now I'm ready to get paid. Rockets probably don't want to do that. Probably want to get it done before this season begins to really have a better picture of their finances going forward. Because at some point in the future, then Rockets going to have to answer some questions regarding everybody in the young core and paying all of them and paying them top dollar. So it'd be nice if Tari helped him out on that. He didn't have to. Tari can say, hey, that's not my issue. Y'all got money. I want mine. But time will tell on that. So, Jerry, would you, where are you on the option? You want a team option or a player option? Mr. Big Texco, how are you? Tari might want that player option. And Rockets, I'll probably say, no, we don't want to do that. So, and the Rockets might have to pay him more to have a team option rather than giving him a player option. Mr. Big Texco, how are you? 3 years with the 4th-year team option, $80 million. Will Jabari take another leap? I hope so. I mean, I think Jabari's going to start. That'll help. And he has questions. He's got areas to improve. Ball handling, being more consistent with the perimeter shot. Rebounding is there. Needs to keep doing that game in, game out. The versatility in the lineups for Ime. Looking forward to what he puts on the floor based on the opponents. How long, how often would he do double bigs, triple bigs, as I call it, with Alp, Steven, and Jabari. It should be a fun year to cover the Rockets, to watch the Rockets, observe the Rockets, watch the Rockets win a lot and piss off people outside of Houston. I'm off that. That'll do it, everybody. Right around that 45-minute mark. That was my goal, to get it done. So thank you for that. Thank you for joining the conversation tonight. Appreciate you as well. Most likely next Saturday, going to do it again. Talking about January. And let me do this. So Rockets are tall. Oh, this is a good line. We're way past the days of PJ Tucker and Chuck Hayes. Complicated. How are you doing? Thank you for this. Malik signed with a team in Hungary. What is this? This is the 23rd. I think he left for Hungary 2 weeks ago. I know it was on a Thursday. I think that's about right. And oddly enough, he signed with the team in early July. But he did not have to report until after Summer League. And once the Rockets, surprising to me, did not give him a two-way deal, he went ahead and left for Hungary. Last I saw, I haven't talked to him since, I think I talked to him 2 days before he left. I think that's right. So yes, Bobby, we're doing it. Folks Talking Sports tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Going to try to get Willie and Kenitra. Willie won't be a problem. We're going to discuss the Longhorns Buckeyes matchup next Saturday. Kenitra is a UT alum, and Willie is, of course, a alum of the Ohio State. So I'm looking forward to trying to get them to talk some trash. So that will do it, everyone. So if you want to join us again on Houston Roundball Review on YouTube, Sunday, Folks Talking Sports, talk some football, some Longhorns, some Buckeyes, some Shedeur Sanders, maybe some Texans. My man A.D. Moore earlier this evening had a recap of the Texans-Lions preseason finale, part of the Houston Roundball Review Media Group. So we're doing that. So we got Folks Talking Sports Sunday. Then we'll have Let's Rage Cougs on Thursday, the 28th, discussing the Cougs win over Stephen F. Austin. And then Saturday, we'll do another Let's Talk Houston Rockets. And in between, I'm going to do some more Houston Roundball Review one-on-ones for probably the Cougar-related, Rocket-related, Big 12-related, SWAC-related, for my growing Houston Roundball Review YouTube members. Scan that QR code or click on the join button and become a member that way. As always, thank you for your comments and your time and participating in the discussion. So to Bobby and Not Too Complicated and Correct Cuts and Solo and Jared and everyone else who watched but did not comment, it's all right. Don't be shy. Next time you can comment. We're all family here with Let's Talk Houston Rockets. As my man always jokes with me, but I'm going to wrap it up. Let me get it ready here for Not Too Complicated. Since 1994, the Houston Roundball Review. Local name, global perspective. Y'all take care. Peace.
Game over.